Welcome to the NFL Week 13 edition of Benny versus the Penny Thanksgiving Football Fiesta. Here's your host, big bloviating Ben Maller.
Well, it's more of a feast on Thanksgiving, Tom, and the Thanksgiving menu here. We've got turkey, we've got stuffing, mashed potatoes, biscuits, and a giant side of chalk, Tom, a giant
That's
side
right.
of chalk, because if you go back the last generation and just merely bet on favorites on Thanksgiving blindly while you were eating your pumpkin pie and your pecan pie, which is really good, underrated pie, pecan pie, since 2004, Tom, the last 21 years, favorites on Thanksgiving are 51-9 straight up. But against the spread, because this is plausibly a gambling show, against the spread, 40-20. 40 and 20, you'd be 20 games above 500 just betting favorites on Thanksgiving. But as the great Dick Stockton taught me as a young boy, Tom, stats tell you what has happened, not what's going to happen.
Right.
So that's why they play the games, and that's why we do Benny versus the Penny. And now, Tom, to the games.
Yes, Dateline, Detroit, Michigan, Packers and Lions. Lions offense, especially at home, can be really explosive. The Packers offense needs Viagra lately. Green Bay getting 2.5.
Are they a sponsor, Tom? We could get them as a sponsor. Put them on the banner down here rather than the fish and chips place. All right, Kevin Burkhardt and Tom Brady have the call. I know you're excited about that, Tom.
Yes.
And what was it? The sideline reporter, Erin Andrews, said Tom Brady.
Andrews, I love her.
She said Brady's really good. And I thought, well, she must not be watching the games. Lions have found improved offensive rhythm here, leaning into the running game. Jahmyr Gibbs, also obviously the passing game with Amon-Ra St. Brown here. The sharp money, I always look where the sharp money is, Tom. I want to follow the sharp money if possible, unless I find something that goes against that. So the sharp money's back Detroit. The line has been pretty steady all week at 2.5 points.
Now, when you say sharp money, those are the experts in Vegas and people who bet for a living?
Yeah, those are the people that bet a lot of money and know what they're doing and win a lot of money, and they cause problems for the house. And the public, though, likes Green Bay a lot in this game, divisional, underdog, and all that. Dan Campbell, 1-3 straight up on Thanksgiving as coach the Lions, so that's not great. But I'm going to take the Cheeseheads. I'm going against the Sharps on this one. Here's why. Jordan Love has had success against the Lions. I know that's what has happened. Also, Green Bay's defense is pretty good. They're not the greatest of all time. But Jared Goff, I have Jared Goff PTSD, Tom. Yep. This guy turns into a puddle under pressure. He starts seeing ghosts like he's Sam Darnold. I just don't trust him. And Jared Goff has been really good since he got to Detroit at home, 7 straight years going back to his days with the Rams. However, this year, not that great against the spread. He's just one game above 500 against the spread here. And in the first 10 weeks of the season, Jordan Love, if you look at the Packers with Jordan Love in his career, they're one game under 500 straight up. From week 11 on, the Packers 14-7, Tom. So that's pretty good.
Ooh.
That's straight up.
Now, will the weather have any effect on this game at all? I know it's supposed to be cold and windy in Detroit.
Yeah, there's a chance of snow, which is why they put a roof on top of the stadium. They put a roof on top of the stadium, Tom. So that's why. Listen, this is the first time Green Bay's been an underdog all season.
Yes, I did see that somewhere today.
Yeah, and Matt LaFleur, the Packer coach, as an underdog of 3 points or more. Now, I know this is just a hair under that, but the Packers coach, Matt LaFleur, has a great record against the spread as a small or slight underdog. Anyway, I am taking the Green Bay Packers, the Cheeseheads, and the Penny Picks, Tom.
Okay, heads is the home team. Tails is the visitors. That's how we play Benny versus the Penny. Okay, Penny landing on heads. Penny going with the home team. Benny taking the visiting Packers and the points because he is a points whore.
Well, that's I guess a good kind of whore. What's next, Tom? Where are we going? I don't know. Where are we headed now?
Okay, Chiefs at Cowboys, Arlington, Texas, birthplace of the ballpoint pen. This is essentially a playoff game, Ben. Neither team can afford a loss. Cowboys getting 3 at home.
I love when you say the ballpoint pen, Tom. It brings back great memories of when we did a show about baseball
Yes.
And you gave one of the great lines of all time. Jared Saltalamacchia hit a home run at Fenway Park with the bases loaded, and you said a 4-run home run. You don't hear that very often. Normally,
it's what they called it before they came up with Grand Slam. I'm a baseball historian, as you know.
Normally it's Grand Slam, but it was a 4-run home run. But I still remember the player, Jared Saltalamacchia, Tom. I mean, pretty sad. He hasn't played baseball in years. Anyway, this game is the big CBS game. Jim Nantz and Tony Romo have the call.
Look at that, Jim!
Kansas City has failed to cover in more than half of their games this season, Tom. They're winning a lot, but they're not winning by the margin the Vegas point spread has put out here. And it is interesting to note, Tom, that this is Patrick Mahomes' first NFL game in Jerry's world. This is it. Now, the sharp money is leaning towards the Cowboys on this one as a slight home dog. The public is mostly backing Kansas City. So the line actually fluctuated. It was at 3.5. A lot of the professionals grabbed the Cowboys getting 3.5 points in this game. So it's down from that. And Dallas has been good this year as an underdog. They're 3-1 against the spread as an underdog, catching 3 points or more. So there is that. And while the Chiefs' defense is good, Tom, we assume George Pickens is going to play. Some of these guys have been on the injury list, but we're going to assume these guys are playing. So you can't double team George Pickens because then CeeDee Lamb will go la 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 la. So it puts an issue for the defense for Kansas City there. And Dak Prescott was terrible on Thanksgiving for years, Tom. We always bet against Dak Prescott. But the last couple of years, the Cowboys have done well. They've done better against the spread here. After the first, I believe it was the first 6 Thanksgiving games, the Cowboys lost against the spread. So
well,
Dallas,
Ben, I do see this. I got this alert for the Chiefs. Juju Smith-Susie Schuster will be playing for the Chiefs. Will that make a difference with your pick?
Well, I think he'll help him out when he sits on the bench, and he'll keep the bench warm when the other players come off the field. But Dallas's defense has shown a few signs of improvement, Tom. Is that authentic or not? We don't know yet. It's small sample size. But I'm going to cowboy up. I'm going to take all of that offense for Dallas, and the Chiefs will win this game, but it's going to be closer than it should be. And the penny picks.
Okay. Let's see what the penny
says. Toss that penny up in the air like you
just don't care. Okay, Penny letting on heads. Penny agreeing with Benny, both taking the Cowboys and the points.
All right. It's just you got your gadgets there. Is it the do-jigger thing or something like that, Tom? I don't know what you got there. The thingamajig, the whatchamacallit?
We have the banner that we put up for each game. And if you'll notice, for people who are loyal viewers of Benny versus the Penny, at some point, when we realize where your pick is going, the banner most of the time turns the color of the team that you're going to pick ahead of your pick, just to give a teaser to those who watch closely. We'll go to Baltimore, Maryland now, where Fat Oprah was a big star before moving to Chicago and writing a book about how she got skinny, and then she got fat again, and then skinny again, and then she got fat again. But this show isn't about Oprah. It's about Bengals at Ravens, and it's about the NFL. And Joe Burrow's back at quarterback for the Bengals, and that makes them a dynamic offense again. The Ravens offense has been stuck in mud. The Bungles getting 7.
Yeah, that's true. This is the NBC game. Mike Tirico and Jason Garrett have the call. Chris Collinsworth, he's such a big star, Tom. He doesn't have to work on Thanksgiving. How about that?
Must be nice.
Must be nice. We're working on Thanksgiving.
We will be.
Yeah. Well, Joe Burrow is back. He was activated this week. He had a toe injury. Oh, my aching toe. Now, he should dramatically change the Bengals offense, although it is interesting to note that Joe Burrow has been a bit hit and miss. He's been hurt a lot, and it's not like the Bengals have been a total machine with Joe Burrow here. But getting a touchdown or more in a divisional game, Tom, it is the golden rule here. You take the points. I've gone away from the golden rule. Very rarely do I go away from the golden rule. I'm not doing it here. So I'm going to take the Bengals.
Well, let's give the gold. We have a banner for that. The Maller mantra.
There's the Maller mantra right there. You can read
divisional game getting 7 or more, take the points.
Yes, historically you've won an amount of time where you can live comfortably. Maybe you can buy a house near Oprah in Maui.
Right.
By the way, fun fact, there's a famous radio story that Oprah, when she moved to Maui, she bought a big compound, and she didn't think it was big enough. So she bought the property next to her home, which was owned by a radio guy, Tom, from Boston.
Whoa.
Believe it or not, who made it big back in the day and bought land in Hawaii when it was dirt cheap. He bought land back in like the 80s.
Oh, nice.
And then he sold some of his land to Oprah. That's the legend.
Now, was it Howie Carr? What Boston guy was it? Do you know?
I don't remember the guy's name.
Okay.
It was not somebody that we were familiar with. I know who Howie Carr is. But Lamar Jackson, now, he has started – look at the forecast, Tom. He started 6 career home games in Baltimore with a temperature 35 degrees or less, Tom.
Uh-oh.
And it's obviously late in the season, cold weather games. Ravens in those games are 6-0 against the spread. So he's been very good in cold weather. They've won by an average of 19 points per game. But that tells you what has happened. I'm leaning into the smart money. The smart money on this, Tom, is with the Bengals covering the spread, 7-point dogs. Ravens obviously favored to win, blah, 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 blah. Both these teams are not great against the spread. They're 4-7. Bengals are 2-2 when getting 7 or more. Ravens are 2-2 when favored by 7 or more. Baltimore's defense, kind of middle of the pack. They played better over the last couple of weeks here. They played some poorer teams. Cincinnati's defense is horrific, and that's why the Ravens are favored the way they are. Keep an eye on the backdoor cover in this one, Tom. Go cover that. So think of this
remind the unwashed what a backdoor cover is.
Well, this is when when one team's up by, I would say the Ravens are up by 13 points. It's the fourth quarter, and they're trying to run the ball. They don't really try to score, and then the Bengals get it, and then they go down. Let's say there's about 30 seconds left. They're down by 13. They score a touchdown, and then they get within the margins, and they cover the point spread. But see, the Ravens are the house favorite, but Joe Burrow's return here, Tom, makes the Bengals the smart contrarian play. And you know we love being the contrarian here.
Where are the Sharps putting their money on this one, Ben?
Well, as I said, Tom, it is with the Bengals here.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention.
I know you were not listening because you were not talking. You only like when you talk. I get it. I've worked with you a long time. I know that. Listen, I'm taking the Bengals here. What about the penny and your favorite quarterback? Okay. You have a Lamar Jackson stuffy.
Oh, I guess so. Big fan of the running quarterback. A big fan of the young run quarterbacks. You know why? Because there's no such thing as an old running quarterback. The penny landing on heads been going. Penny would go with the home team and giving away the points. Benny going with the Bengals and the points.
It's kind of like you like tall people who are young but not older because you don't see any. When you go to the old timers' homes, you don't see any old people that are tall. They're all
that's unfortunate. Actually, average size people of average weight is all you see in old folks' homes.
Yeah. Now, is that because the tall people made a lot of money in sports and they don't need to go to retirement home?
Well, I hate to say this, Ben, but abnormally large people have abnormal health problems. Sorry, you walked me into that one.
Well, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar still alive.
There you will find some throwout statistics, as we call them.
Statistics. Yeah, the 112-year-old woman chain smoking.
Yes,
they
do exist.
Yeah, exactly.
People like to hang their hats on those. Ben, sell the soap. Say goodbye. I gotta change my clothes for our Black Friday show.
You're not supposed to say that. You ruined the magic of it all time. But yeah, we will have a Black Friday edition. And we've rolled back the prices, Tom, on the Black Friday show.
Right.
We were going to charge $200 per viewer. We've rolled it back to nothing. So I don't think you can get a better doorbuster deal than the Black Friday edition. Have a great Thanksgiving. We thank you. Good luck. Hope you win all your bets there. Make a lot of money. And we will chat with you next time. And subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, please.
Always watch Benny versus the Penny. It only makes sense.